If you an active gangbanger and you really, really on your shit every day, you know what I mean? It's a whole different lifestyle. You waking up, doing your thing, homie. You know what I'm saying? You probably banging on every nigga you run across, asking niggas where they from. They say the wrong hood, you might get off or get cracking, bust on a nigga. Like, niggas know what an active member out here do. Now, if you from your area, whether you from it and you never been active, whether you been active before and you fell back due to whatever reasons, you know what I'm saying, and you moved on to something else, which is my scenario. Like, I do music. I'm chasing the goal. I'm pursuing my dream. So, you know what I mean, I'm realistic with myself. I see the steps you gotta take in the work you gotta put in, and that's what I do day to day.
Snakewood Nip Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Well, I'll be down. This is round two. I don't know what it is with this 1090 Jake exposed, man. But I didn't go that long. I only went like 3-4 minutes and realized I wasn't recording. But I'm checking it right now. We all to the Gucci. The title says something about the death penalty. I'm like, wait a minute. I know he not 1090 Jake not out here pushing advocacy for the death penalty. I mean, otherwise, why would that be in the title? Because if he said he's against it, then of course. But I'm like, man, 1090 Jake the fake snake. What is it gonna take for you to realize you in trouble with Brother Blake? No, but with no further ado, let's see what the homies say. 1090 Jake, the fake snake, has been up to.
On today's episode of 1090 Jake Exposed, we gonna take a look at Jake's latest interview with DJ Vlad on Vlad TV. And in this interview, Jake discussed his view on the death penalty. Now, the reason why I chose this part to break down is because we all about contradictions and conflicts. That's all we about here. You know, we point out the contradictions that these guys spit out and how it conflicts with the actual actions that they take. Today's episode is funny, but it's not so funny. Because what it actually does, in my opinion, is it gives us a clear view of how effective this 1090 Jake Exposed series has been. It's almost like this series has allowed Jake to actually start to be himself and speak his true feelings about certain things and certain topics. Now, as I said earlier, this interview, they discuss the death penalty. And it sounded like Jake was pretty clear when he was giving his take on it.
So, what's your take on the death penalty? Do you agree with it or disagree with it?
I agree with it. Yeah, I grew up on street shit, bro. Everybody believes in the death penalty. That's why everybody totes guns and kills each other.
Come on, Bobby Hill. That ain't the type of death penalty he talking about, man. Knock it off.
Immediately, I recognized this as one of those moments where Jake is about to say something stupid. Because he already did with this whole, everybody believes in it, that's why everybody got guns. He's trying to sound cool. He's trying to sound hip. He's trying to sound like a gangster. But that's not the question he's asking. He's talking about in terms of legal court proceedings, do you feel like it is okay for the justice system to sentence someone to death?
Exactly. I wonder if Vlad is even going to check him on that, or he's just going to take it at face value.
Now, I get what he was trying to say, but he has to remove the hip part of it and actually look at what we are saying is, do you believe that the same system that accuses people of murder and convicts them and feels like, they should spend the rest of their life in jail should also have the power to kill those people for committing murder? Because essentially they are committing murder. That's the question that he is asking you. He didn't word it like that, but he was just trying to see how, how articulate and how smart you are when it comes to dissecting these types of things and reading between the lines with questions.
Nah, Jake be acting like he run with them peoples that knock down. So if he would have said, well, if he had said no, nah, scratch that bad thought.
What's your take on the death penalty? You believe in it? Jake automatically trying to sound cool. Yeah, I believe in the death penalty. Now, watch this.
That's what that is. You cross me and I feel justified in killing you. So how can I say I don't believe in the death penalty? It's the same shit. If you go raping women and touching kids, yeah, smoke him. If you run in the store and blow some lady's brains out because you're trying to rob it, smoke him. If you're fucking killing 10 people and just can't stop, smoke him.
The reason I found this take so funny is because it directly contradicts everything that 1090 Jake has been preaching over the years and all of the stuff that he used to build his platform. This man said, if you do a robbery and somebody dies, smoke him. Let me give y'all a quick flashback of one of 1090 Jake's stories.
But that's where Goo from, you feel me? And Goo, his charges came from a string of armed robberies on Walgreens and CVS's pharmacies. He was accused of basically being a part of a group that was going in, laying the place down, taking everything out of the pharmacy, taking the money, and go.
I cannot get over the way you say pharmacy. That shit sounds so funny. Pharmacy.
Going on to the next spot, you know what I mean? And he was accused of doing multiple stores, which led up to him being convicted of multiple robberies. Now, what in my opinion really buried him in a sense, not into the ground but in prison.
You know, like analysts say, when you roll your eyes up and you pause telling a story, that's you trying to put the story together. Oh, my mama, fact.
Was one of these robberies, apparently there was a sheriff outside in a car, and push come to shove, that sheriff was shot multiple times in that vehicle, and he didn't make it.
Using Jake's logic, that would mean that his boy, Goo, should have been on death row, should have got the death penalty, if we using Jake's logic. But instead of coming out telling us how terrible of a person Goo is, Jake came out and told us how Goo was such a loving person and didn't deserve life. He didn't deserve 50 years, man. He's really a good guy. He has this way of finessing, and he just, when he smiled them gold teeth at you, it just do something to you. Woo! Goo!
He's stupid. That's when he was into Nias. He had jungle fever. He over his jungle fever, man.
He did not preach death penalty for Goo at all. And it's funny because when you think about the people that Jake has given credit to over the years, like, he really brags about these guys and them having bodies and the real hitters that he know, and not a single one of these people has he ever told us was a terrible person. Now that Jake is no longer the flunky hanging around for clout and he has gained a little bit of standing in the community, now he's voicing his true self. Now he's telling y'all how he really feels, which is age. All of those guys that I bragged on to get you guys' attention and make y'all think that I was a really, really real guy are actually pieces of shit. They deserve the death penalty. That's what he's really saying to us. He ain't saying it in those words, but in so many words. And I had no doubt about that after I heard this part.
It just makes sense. You know, I've been to Florida State Prison. There's people in there that shouldn't be breathing. There's people in there that should never come home. And for anyone that's been to prison, yeah, you can say that. You know, you've seen people that have fucked people, and there's no fixing them.
Just the way that he describes that sounds like Jake went through some really traumatic things. And I gotta point this out to y'all. When he always says, I've been to Florida State Prison, I gotta remind y'all that he got to Appalachia in maybe June of 2014, and he was only there until May of 2015. And he didn't get out of confinement in Appalachia until like September, maybe October of 2014. So long story short, Jake was only in population in prison for a total of 6 months. He stayed in the exact same cell on the exact same wing the whole time he was there. So that tells you, you know, how his stay was. They tried to keep him comfortable and keep him away from all of those guys that was running around, you know, acting crazy. So we just gonna keep him in one part of the prison this entire time. Little 6 month bed, nothing heavy. But yeah, he loves to, man, I've been to Florida State Prison. And anybody who's really been to prison will tell you that 6 months is not even long enough for you to get into anything. 6 months is not, if you tell somebody you got 6 months, they're gonna be like, oh, you ain't even gonna be there long enough for nothing to happen. Literally, that's not enough time. I mean, it's technically enough time, but people got to figure you out, how you are, who you tied to. That don't happen overnight, you know, not in adult camps. So Jake had to experience some pretty traumatic stuff, which you got to wonder how that happened when he was surrounded by Goo and Rambo and all of these other guys, unless they were the ones perpetrating it.
You know damn well they used to mush him around and bully him and smack him on the back of the neck and smack him in the mouth and bust his lip for fun. He said he used to like it. He said he used to taste his own blood every day, them boys.
We saw Rambo, what he went to jail for. He just went back to jail for standing up over a homeless man trying to get off. And when the homeless man told him to beat it, he stabbed him, tried to kill him. I don't hear Jake. Jake has yet to make a video about that. You don't think Rambo deserved the death penalty for that, bro? For standing over that homeless man trying to get off? And then trying to kill the man after the man told him to move around? You literally tried to kill this man because he don't want you standing over him handling your business, man. And Jake has yet to even speak out about it. Not to mention say that dude deserves the death penalty. So that tells you that Rambo has to have something over Jake's head. He has to, because otherwise, what is Jake holding back? You know, like, why is he holding back? But again, these are the people that he introduced us to. So if he puts them on the chopping block, then it makes you, you know, it's like, okay, what were you vouching for him for in the first place? If he's this type of guy, how did you end up vouching for him? And it takes you back and makes you question.
He probably paid though.
Now, Breezy is not in that particular situation because Breezy never met Jake while they were in prison. So he don't actually have no dirt from in prison to really spill on Jake. He can tell us how Jake is now, but he can't tell us how Jake was while he was in prison. Rambo, on the other hand, can tell us a lot about Jake while he was in prison. And that's why he was quick to sacrifice Breezy and make that video, but not so quick to get Rambo. It seems as if Jake is actually responding to this series by just acknowledging everything that has been said in a very subtle way. You know, like, instead of coming out and admitting, yeah, I did this and I'm really like this, he just waits until an interview comes up and then he says something that directly aligns with things that have been pointed out over the course of this series. So, you know, once again, I got to commend the audience. I got to say shout out to y'all because y'all keeping the pressure on them. That 5, 10, 20 comments just saying, hey, Jake, we saw you. We know what you did to the Latin Kings. We know what you did to the Serenios. We know what you did down there in Florida to all those guys in prisons. That's keeping him true. Now he has to reword everything. He really blew me when I come from the streets. No, you don't, Jake. You don't come from the streets. We just saw Aunt Kathy on here saying that you didn't start acting crazy until high school. And that you only got a 2-year run at that before you went to jail. You don't come from the streets, bro. You literally forced yourself out there and forced yourself into a quick run just so you can say you did it. It's kind of like when I see guys go do little short prison bids and you know, I know that they've put themselves in certain types of situations to validate themselves as street guys. I look at them as really, really stupid. It's like those guys who sell one bag of weed one time and now they always, man, I'm a real hustler, man. I'm a real hustler out here getting money. You know, it's like them kind of guys to me. So watching Jake try to play street and then directly contradict everything that the streets really stand for, getting on here talking about the death penalty. If you really from the streets, you really a street guy, bro, you don't even believe in the justice system at all. The justice system is broken. And on multiple occasions, I've heard you say that. When you first came out, that's what you were advocating for. Fixing the justice system, fixing the prison system. Now you sitting here saying give guys the death penalty when it's a proven fact that a lot of times they get it wrong. You're not even going off statistics or none of that. You just saying what people want you to say. You know what people I'm talking about too. I guess you feel like you have used up the urban community, the community that wants to hear about rappers and snitching and all of that type of stuff. You no longer require our attention unless you want to run up a quick bag or something. You know, you trying to get some money to go to Paris or something like that, you know, but now you are trying to get the attention of people, you know, that will put you on some of these political platforms. You're trying to get some interviews. You sounding real right-wingish when you speak these days. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Like I say, I look at it as just admissions. It seems like you are just finding easy ways to confess to all of the wrongs that you've been charged with over the course of this series. And it's cool. I just wanted to point out that when you say, yeah, death penalty, you're talking about some of these guys that you've been praising over the past couple years. So what's with the change of heart, Jake? Why you flipping all of a sudden? Why all of a sudden the change of heart? I want to know. Y'all leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think, though. Make sure y'all hit that like button before y'all get up out of here. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. It's your boy, Byron Blake. I'm out.
Something heavy in it. Can't remember when the last time they caught a nigga slipping. Like Mayweather with the punches, I just roll with it. Now we play with poles and extensions, don't get your soul lifted. Yeah, this shit hit different, you can tell by my talk. I really walk that walk, what the fuck you thought? I mean business, get off that liquid and I bleed niggas. Broke niggas, always be leeching, I ain't feed niggas. V12 engine, get on the gas and watch me leave niggas. Rest in peace to the hustle man. I can't finesse, that's cool, I use my muscle in. Double up again and again. Yeah, I play for the win, don't play for nothing less. Don't play no games if it ain't chess. Tatted my gang on my flesh so they know the business. Mafia crip till I'm finished, that's what it's been since the beginning. You know the mafia's winning. Blue colors with the gold trimming. Big homie talking, little homie shut the fuck up and listen. Don't ever speak up on no mission, keep that shit quiet. They always hollering fuck the odds, but ain't nobody dying. Somebody lying, I don't understand the capping. Hit him where it hurt and get that captain. Checkmate. Hood like Spider and gangster like Headfade. Don't care about nothing but what the check say.
When I leave the block, I see a op throwing gang signs. Leaning out the window with the chop, throwing gang signs. Throwing gang signs. Brody took off a nigga top for throwing gang signs. When I leave the block, I see a op throwing gang signs. Leaning out the window with the chop, throwing gang signs. Throwing gang signs. Brody took off a nigga top for throwing gang signs. Yeah, it ain't all lovely. Same shit in the 6 series we did inside the cutty. Summer rain, it might get muddy. Like what I'm told Blower for if everybody loved me. Was engraved in my gravel before anybody dug me. That's on Christ, I've been on back-to-backs. Niggas call me lucky. Other niggas did it too, but them niggas is druggies. Some did it for bitches, others did it for money. We did it like playing sports, it's your man, now get on him. Gossip ain't for gangsters, he said, she said, got him dead. Crack a nigga cranium, what got inside his head? Me and Broker sell matches, we put niggas to bed. We shot niggas and fled, we pop niggas and dread. We chop niggas and squid. Red bottom, my Nike Cortez. Check his post, scroll emoji, niggas dead. Finito, walking down, popping round, that's a cheat code. Bust a pussy open like a freak hoe. Gang time, face card valid forever on the main line. Put him in the clouds, we out here giving niggas hang time. Gang signs. When I leave the block, I see a oppa throwing gang signs. Leaning out the window with the chop, throwing gang signs. Throwing gang signs. Brody took off a nigga top for throwing gang signs. When I leave the block, I see a oppa throwing gang signs. Leaning out the window with the chop, throwing gang signs. Throwing gang signs. Brody took off a nigga top for throwing gang signs.
You ain't never met a giant, height was 5'9". How he get his reputation, busting 5'9". Got that step, Master Cody out in prime time. Known to smack on crushed berries when it's lunchtime. I was selling dope, never had a ticket lunchtime. I was pitching nickels to the smokers, had a lunch line. I'm speaking facts, but this shit sound like a punchline. Niggas make you pay them for the foul, I'ma pump mine. Fell in love with rockin' Valentino, fuck that nonsense. Niggas spend your block and upload it like it's content. I just wanna fuck her cause she Spanish, make some content. I'ma choose the moolah over money cause it's constant. Brother trap and get it out the gutter with my side chick. Nina, it get tricky, I got Blicky who I ride with. Me, myself, and I in this gun who I vibe with. It's me against the world like I ain't counting on this deal. If I die and catch a body, nigga, who gon' foot the bill? South Central like a Trojan, boy, these hoes that get you killed. Niggas trolling on the web and they acting like they built. I just hustle for $1 billion, double large and some silk. Pull up something European, looking pale like some milk. Only niggas score 100 in the game like I'm Will. Drop 20,000, got a shoe fetish up until. Got a solid bloodline, blue team, it's a quilt.
When I leave the block, I see a oppa throwing gang signs. Leaning out the window with the chop, throwing gang signs. Throwing gang signs. Brody took off a nigga top for throwing gang signs. When I leave the block, I see a oppa throwing gang signs. Leaning out the window with the chop, throwing gang signs. Throwing gang signs. Brody took off a nigga top for throwing gang signs. Gang signs. For throwing gang signs. Gang signs. Brody took off a nigga top for throwing gang signs.
But I mean, some of the laws in California have been twisted to where just being from a gang is the crime. So, you know what I mean, if you're around your homies and your hood happen to be under an injunction, being around each other is a violation of you know what I'm saying, of law. So, in some circumstances, they create laws to bear something that beforehand wouldn't be illegal becomes illegal just because of your affiliation, like gang enhancements for your crimes.
Snakewood Net Hustling. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Load. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.